Reolink sent me this Argus 3 Pro and also a solar panel, but I ended up breaking it into 3 different videos. An in-depth app walkthrough because there's a ton of settings for these, so I wanted to kind of capture all of the features it has. Another video on the Argus 3 Pro versus the Argus 2 versus the Wise Cam Outdoor, capturing both footage during the day and night and comparing them side by side by side. Then obviously this overview to make sure this is the right camera for you. First things first, let's jump over and show you what comes with it. So obviously we have the camera, and on the bottom is kind of where the micro SD card is and the switch on and off, which is fantastic having it on the bottom with this nice little lip. So when you have it vertically, there's no way that water can kind of get under and then back up. So that's fantastic. We also have the 1/4-20 screw mount, which we'll get to in a second, a speaker, and also a USB charge port. Obviously, I'm kind of covering up my QR code there, but this is where you would charge it. And we're going to get to the battery life in a little bit to see if it's even worth recommending. But Reolink's branding on the side, and they do a great job of their design. Hats off to their design team. And then you got all your sensors and monitors in there. And they just do a great job embedding all of that with big sensors. And these two right here are nice, big, bright spotlights to allow color detection at night, or color video at night, and also just a spotlight if you so choose. Comes with a micro USB. I wish it was USB-C these days, but you know, micro USB is still cheap. It does come with this nice 1/4-20 mount, and it's very versatile actually. You can unscrew this, and you can either screw it into the wall with just the 2 screws, or obviously the hook style where you put in a screw and this slides down, or this little slot here is for the strap if you want to put the strap around a tree or a pole, and then put this on that and then attach your camera, and then this can, you know, go to whatever orientation you want, and it's nice and firm, and then you screw your camera on to there with that 1/4-20 mount, and you mount your camera. I gotta show you this new mount they include. It is pretty neat. I love the fact that it's just all based on friction there. So you just set it in there, and then you can turn it, rotate it. You know, something simple yet elegant, but if you're gonna just like throw it on the counter or in a corner or something, you have something to set it on, maybe inside. I think it's just a fantastic design, of a perfect example of, you know, don't make it more complicated than it needs to be. I actually have been setting this one right outside my door here recently, right on top. I have a ledge right above my door, so that's why it's a little dirty. And, you know, I use these products before I do a review on them, so I have some good information and honest information to share with you. But this is just a great way to be able to set your camera up so you don't have to put a hole in your wall or find a pole. So hats off to you, Reolink. Good job with this mount. Now, I mentioned this in my Argus 2 review as well, but this solar panel does a fantastic job of providing power. The cable is plenty long. I believe it's 20 feet, but it even has this nice protector sleeve, so you can get that, you know, protection around the ring even. So when you plug it in, it seals it up. Now, the 1/4-20, here's your pole that you can kind of unscrew this, and that allows you to spin it around, get it to the right angle, tighten it back up, and now it's locked into place. And again, 3 screws screwed onto your house. It's nice and easy, but really, if you have any 1/4-20 mount from cameras or whatever, any 1/4-20 would work. So if you have another one in mind that would work better, you don't have to use theirs, which I appreciate. Before we move on, if this video is helping you at all, please consider hitting that buy me a coffee link, or lately I've been doing some energy drinks, which is Purple Haze of Bang tonight. It's actually a great flavor. I love purple, I love grape. It's at almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going on a 7 o'clock bike ride. Here we go. But those links do help support my channel, helps keep me going with some caffeine. I love just doing these reviews to give back to you to make sure you're buying the right products. Another way you can help for free is hit that like, subscribe, or comment down below. Leave me some comments, leave me some questions. I'm happy to answer them. But that tells YouTube, hey, this guy's got some pretty interesting content. maybe others would like to see it. So thank you for that help. Let's get to a quick comparison between the Argus 2 and the Argus 3 Pro. So the 2 is obviously more of a cylinder shape, where the 3 Pro is more of an oval with, kind of a another rectangle-ish, straight sides. And I mean, I don't know how to fully describe this shape. You tell me in the comments what you think this shape technically is. But look at the sensor sizes, the lens sizes. You can just tell, not just the plastic, but it lets in obviously a lot more light, but obviously also the spotlights, which is brand new. Now, the old one used to have, the 2 had this silicone sleeve, and that's because, and it does kind of get, dirty and nasty and stuff, but that's because the battery was removable. Now, argue what you want about the right to repair type of stuff. I see both sides of the issue there, but it's kind of nice being able to replace a battery, right? But the nice thing is you don't have to worry about this jacket on the 3 Pro because it's already concealed and, good to go when it comes to battery life. So all you have to do is have that one charge port open for outside, when you come inside and charge it up, or even your seal for your solar panel that we talked about. But then you just seal that back up and put it outside and you are good to go again. You don't have to worry about putting the jacket back on. Actually, you know what? This does have a flap when you're ready to charge it. But, one less thing that could go wrong or whatever. It does look a little cleaner if you ask me. So why not design your product appropriately? And realistically, maybe this is just me, but I generally like to upgrade my, product before the battery is fully depleted, right? So if the Argus 3 Pro's battery life is lasting me hardly any time and I'm sick of charging it all the time and I don't have the solar panel hooked up, I'm probably getting to the point, more than likely, with these new lithium-ion batteries, I'm about ready to upgrade the tech anyway and get the Argus 7 Pro or something, right? Because it's going to have a much better video quality, much better light sensor, camera sensors. Everything's going to be so much better. I'm almost going to be like, well, why don't I just buy a new camera rather than buying a replacement battery? But maybe that's just me. What do you guys think? Let me know that in the comments down below. Do you want one that has a replaceable battery or not? That 6500 milliamp built-in battery does give you that IP65 rating that I was talking about earlier. Battery life can be tricky. You can't just say, oh, you'll get this much battery life. Why? It's kind of like a phone. Like, everyone uses their phone different. Everyone uses their camera different, right? So the sensitivity could be different, right? Depending on what levels or how far out you want to be able to record, you might want that sensitivity really high or really low to not, get the trees moving or something like that. Or, well, how often do you want to record, right? Or does it have person detection? Does the Reolink 3 Pro has the person detection built in and the car detection built in, and you can even turn on a schedule for such things. So that is fantastic. Let's say you only want to record people, and if there's not people, you don't want to record it. Well, the Argus 3 Pro is the camera you want, because without paying for anything extra, you can turn on person detection and boom, it's only going to record when it sees people. Now that's a huge battery saver. So depending on how much it records, right? So if you're on a busy street and you got cars zooming by all day and your sensitivity is kept capturing cars all day, none of these cameras are going to last more than a month, I can tell you that much. Maybe not even a few weeks. If you're doing person detection and you don't have a ton of people walking by or up to your door, these cameras will literally last you 3-4 months. So you slap on a solar panel and you're going to last forever. So that's why battery life can be a very, very tricky thing to explain. Now, the Argus 3 Pro has a 122-degree lens that actually captures a very nice wide angle, and you can even do a 16x digital zoom, but I mean, that's the same thing as cropping a video. So, but it helps you if you want to zoom in on a current situation or something, you can. It also has a 1/3 inch CMOS sensor, which helps record that 2K resolution, which gives you like 15 FPS during the day, but I have noticed it's a lot more choppy in the evening, which is kind of a bummer. It does all record locally to a micro SD card, and you can put up to 128 gigs, which will give you many days of recording. I mean, again, depends on how much you're recording, but if you want to, you can also sign up for their free service that gives you one camera for free to back up to the cloud. But if you just pay for like $3 some a month, it gives you up to 5 cameras. That's pretty fantastic. If you think about it, 12 times, let's say 4, that's $48 a year for 5 cameras. $48 a year seems fairly cheap for online backups of your home security, right? Now, you're going to have to decide, do you trust Reolink with that data? I think they're perfectly fine. I think they seem like a trustworthy company personally, but that's for you to have to decide. Now, one thing you will notice is that the Reolink Argus 3 Pro does have those LEDs that can turn on. Now, that can be convenient when you want some color at night, right? And you don't have any other lights, or you need extra bright lights. And you can turn that off if you don't want it to actually trigger, obviously. Or you can also manually turn it on if there's something going on and you want to scare someone away. You can actually turn that light on to, trigger that, or even an alarm. The WiseCam outdoor, I actually have a light that's a motion detection light that actually not only charges my WiseCam outdoor, but also provides that motion detection light that turns on at night with any kind of motion. But obviously that's extra, not just built into the camera. So that's something to think about. Is it extra? Do you want it built in? Do you even need that feature? So if not, maybe the Argus 2 is totally fine. So comment below, what features do you like or wish this camera had? Also, don't forget to check out the comparison and the app walkthrough video. Until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. See ya.